Hello Stampers, Danny Garola here with Stampin' the Pink Barn. I am so excited to do this video with you guys. I'm so sorry that I missed you guys last week. We were on vacation. So I decided to go ahead and do a video for you guys. We left at about 4:45 in the morning. So as you guys are watching this now, we are already up at the hospital with my little one, Miss Kaden. And we will be doing, I'm going to do probably not a Facebook Live. I'm going to try to. I just don't know what the rules are at the hospital. But we will do our greeting cards that you guys have all sent to Kaden for her birthday. I will be doing that sometime this week. I'll post it here on Facebook and stuff and let you guys know. A couple of things I want to go through with you guys before we get into making these beautiful cards that I'm going to make with you guys today. This is Fun Day Monday number. Look at me. Look how unprepared I am. What Fun Day Monday is this? I think it is. Let me check. Yee. Okay, hold on. I gotta go to Facebook and I've got to look. You know, I am so, like, it's so weird not having you guys be live with me. I'm so used to you guys being able to comment and pop in and say hi. But still, don't forget to pop in and say, like, you know, share, do all that kind of stuff on this video, because that will get you entered into winning one of these amazing cards that you guys are going to be seeing me make. If I can ever get this thing. It's so different on my iPad than what it is like on my phone when I switch between my business page and my personal page. Things are so screwy and different on here, I swear. Okay, so this is Fun Day Monday number 45. Okay, we got it. So, let me get back out of this. Okay, so to show you guys a couple of things that we have coming up. Okay, this is the new paper pumpkin from June 11th to July 10th. This one is all about The Adventure Begins. Adventure is out there. Go get it. Life is full of big adventures that are best experienced together. Spark inspiration and share encouragement with a card inspired by nature itself. Celebrate those exciting new chapters with The Adventure Begins paper pumpkin. So the only thing we know is it contains enough supplies to create 12 cards with coordinating envelopes. That's crazy. Normally our paper pumpkins, like I'll show you guys, I got that Expressions in color. I have not even opened it up yet. Look, it's still like in the package and everything in here because I'm waiting to do that with you guys. I'm not sure exactly what day we're going to do it because I don't know when they're going to let us leave the hospital. They said 3 to 5 days. So we don't know how long we're going to be here. So, this says it contains enough to make 12 cards, which normally it's 9 cards. So that's kind of cool. Comes with a Stampin' Spot and the exclusive stamp set. Includes inspirational sentiments and adventure-themed imaginary or imagery featuring these nature-inspired coordinating colors. Basic black, basic white, Bermuda Bay, crushed curry, early espresso, Flirty Flamingo, garden green, granny apple green, mango melody, and night of navy. So very cool. I love it when they do those outdoorsy ones. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe to that. It's $22 in the USA. That also includes your shipping as well in there. So you just pay the fee and it comes to your door every month. And you can stop, say if you read over what they're describing to you in the month and it just doesn't sound like something you are interested in, you can absolutely stop that month's subscription and just let it continue from there. You know, you can stop month to month if you don't like what, you know, the theme is. Okay, so there's that. Also, starting July 1st, we have the Designer Series paper sale. So it is 15% off of our Designer Series paper. But that does not include our, we have 2 specialty papers right now, which is the Simply Elegant. So what makes these special is because they have the foils in them and the paper that we're going to be using today, the Expression and Ink. So these 2 are not included in the sale, just to let you guys know that, because a lot of people are like, wait a minute, why am I not getting the discount on those 2 when I put them in? Well, because they're not included. So let me tell you the ones that are, and I will show you a little bit more in detail what they look like. You have the Beauty of Earth, and that is right here. Okay, so you have all these colors that coordinate with that. You have your front and your backs on here. That's why I do it this way. So this is one side, this is the other. You can see the colors in there. Beautiful for upcoming, you know, cards for fall. The next one is Bloom Where You're Planted, which is right here. Very kind of succulent looking. There's a stamp set in the stamp and die set inside of the new catalog that goes really well with this paper. So there's that one that's going to be. Also your hand pen right here also goes with a lot of colors. This coordinates very well with a lot of our sets, not just the hand penned. Also the In Good Taste. Now In Good Taste is one of those big jumbo packs. So you're getting all of this paper in here. I don't know if it tells you how many pieces you get. No, it doesn't. But you get a lot. It's a big thick pack. And I've used some of mine, so I can't even show you it. But this is all, it's like textiles and flooring and wood. It's very, very cool to use with some masculine cards, and all these colors coordinate with it. All right, the other one is In the Wild. That also goes with a coordinating stamp set that we have that has those lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, no bears, but yeah, with those cheetah prints and the cheetah up here. Again, some succulents. Very cool, neat colors. Then you have the Pansy Petal right here. Very neat. I like how it has the floral design on one side, and then you have more of a patterned print on the back side. Again, goes with so many colors. I hope that light's not glaring. Let me stand up and make sure I'm not glaring too bad for you guys so you can actually see it. Okay, I think if I hold it like that, you guys can see it. This goes really well with those little bumblebee trinkets that we have back in the back of the annual catalog. As you can see, some of this floral paper has little bumblebees. The other one is Sweet Symmetry, which is right here. Also beautiful colors. These little what do I call these things? My Designer Series paper samplers. I like because I've already seen the full sheets. So this, I already know what I'm looking at. But when I look at a color of a cardstock and I'm like, okay, wait a minute, I need to use Flirty Flamingo. You know, I really like that color. I want to use that. So I can come in here and go, oh, wow, let's use some Bumblebee, Flirty Flamingo, and Night of Navy, and let's coordinate it with this paper. So that's another one. The other one is Tidings of Christmas. This is in the annual catalog. This is one of those papers that you're going to want for the upcoming season. It is absolutely beautiful. You've got some Christmas trees. Again, you've got those really kind of tone on tone colors. And then you've got some that are more of the florally prints on there. Very neat. And then the You're a Peach. This one I have a upcoming couple of cards that I'm going to do with you guys because I just love this paper. And I've actually made one of our upcoming gift prizes for those of you who shop in my store and spend over $75 in next month's, or actually just a couple of days. I think Tuesday is the 1st. Yeah, that's my son's birthday. He's going to be 16 this year. But anyways, here's that You're a Peach paper. Love the colors in this. Okay, so they are all 15% off. So that means the majority besides this one, because this is a huge paper pack, they are normally all $11.50. They're going to be marked down to $9.78. This big pack is normally $21, down to $17.85. So a great time for you guys to stock up on some of those papers that you've been wanting, and you just haven't, jumped over that hurdle yet. It's a good time. So this goes on from July 1st to August 2nd. Also, one last thing to run through with you guys. That JJ mini catalog is expiring on Wednesday. It will be done. Where is my catalog? Oh my goodness. Oh, there it is. Jeez, I'm standing up. All right, your JJ mini is what I call it. This is going to be done as of June 30th. So make sure you guys get those things that you still have on your wish list out of this catalog, because after June 30th, no more, unless it's been something that has carried over into the annual catalog. Otherwise, it's gone. The other thing is us as demonstrators, we've got to have a little sneaky peeky at the upcoming mini catalog, which is I'm going to just say our holiday catalog. They don't call it that. Also, I've seen our Celebrations catalog. Oh my goodness. Now, don't let that scare you to not buy this stuff, because you're going to want this, because you're going to get a great deal on it. But just know August, I think it's August 2nd, is when you guys can start purchasing out of that holiday mini catalog and earning well. And you can still buy things out of this catalog as well. And oops, sorry about the glare. You guys can still order out of this catalog as well. But just know that every $50 you spend, you're going to be getting free product from Celebrations. And this time, Celebrations is amazing. There's so many cool things in there. I can't even tell you guys. It's gonna break the bank. Just saying. Okay, so today I'm going to use this Artistically Inked along with, I'm not sure if I'm going to use any dies tonight, but I will show you a couple of stepped up cards that I have come in with this stamp set, or this die here. But this is a great set. It coordinates pretty much with every stamp you have over here besides this one here, because all three of these all stamp as one. It is one stamp right there, those flowers, and they all three get cut out. So you would have all three different sizes. Your leaves would get cut out, your big ones, your small leaf here. This flower here gets cut out with this flower. Your big flower gets cut out of the big flower. And then your small and medium are both right there. So, and then you've got a couple of extra, more finer detailed dies in there that they have also included. So, all right, that is on page, where did I have it? I marked my pages just so I wouldn't forget, and look at me. All right, that is on page 96 and 97. Now, just to let you guys know, if I haven't told you guys before, this price up here is called the Suite. So that means you will get all the products that they show together all in one price, one bundled price. All you do is punch in this one, numbers, this order number, and everything will be added in there into the one Suite price. So it's the whole collection. So you're going to get your stamp set, your die set, along with the coordinating paper that comes with it, along with the ephemera, which I'm going to be showing off tonight, that ephemera pack as well, which is so cool. I used it in last month's card class that we did. The paper, if you decide that you don't want to do it that way and you just want the paper, then the paper is back here on page 133, right in the center of the page. It's that specialty paper, so it is a little bit more expensive than your other papers. I think it is, let's see, it is $15 versus these that are $11.50, but it's because it has that gold foiling on it. And then you can buy that ephemera pack by itself. Say you bought the whole kit, but you need another one of your ephemera packs. It is back on page 144 and it is number 2 right down here. So you get a set of 50 of the ephemera pieces. So you get 5 sheets with 10 little cutout pieces, all these little cutout pieces. And they give you a sheet that has 100 pieces of the little sequins as well. Okay, so just to let you guys know that. All right, let's get into these cards. So the first card that I'm going to use has a, where did all my little pieces go here? Okay, let's set that over here. I have my fan going, so I'm trying not to lose everything. And do know that those ephemera pieces are very delicate. Like as you can see with this little piece, when you pull your ephemera pieces out of, there's those sequins. Aren't those gorgeous? Let me put it behind. Aren't those beautiful? And they change colors with whatever tone you put them on. So see, I just had them on white. Now watch what happens when I put them on the pink. See how they change kind of that iridescent neat pink color? And that's actually polished pink there. Okay, there's our card base. But these ephemera pieces, like I said, I've had to take these apart, but let me just pull a couple out here. When you go to take out your ephemera pieces, I think I have some down here, they will come like this. So here's the smaller one. You need to punch out the thicker piece that's right in the center, like right here. If you want, you can leave it in there if you want to, but that makes it where it's a little bit more daintier and a little bit more delicate if you take that piece out. But just know, be careful when you're popping these out. I don't think they rip real easy, but just be careful. Okay, let me get that out of the way. All right, so there's our little ephemera piece, so I don't lose that. This piece comes inside of this, and then this little piece here goes inside of that. But when I took that piece out, I'm going to use that, but I also want to use this piece as well. So I'm just going to cover that up. Okay. So our card is 8.5. This is thick, basic white cardstock. It is 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So our 5.5, it's 5.5 inches wide. Okay. It is 8.5 inches long. You're going to score it at 4 1/4. And hopefully here at the hospital, I have good enough internet that I can get all these. I took my pictures all ahead of time. So now hopefully I can get these all put up on the blog for you guys. I didn't have time this morning. Like I said, we left at 5:45. So I'm also going to be sitting, I think we're going to go over to a restaurant. My daughter has to be there at 7 o'clock in the morning to have a COVID test. And then we have to leave the hospital for a couple of hours and wait for the test results to come back for the COVID test. And she has to check back in, or we had to check back in at 11 o'clock. So hopefully while I was sitting at breakfast, I was able to get some of this up. I don't know. I guess we'll find out, because since I haven't been able to do that quite yet. All right. This piece here is 1/8 of an inch smaller. So that is, I think I want to say it is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So that would make this piece 5 1/4 by 4. And that's just going to layer right on top of there. One of the really neat things with this paper, let me show you that really quick. This paper has this, let me make sure I even have that piece before I start talking. And because I used this for my class and I had to cut a couple pieces. Okay, maybe I don't have it. Anyways, here's this piece here. This goes down the center of this. And then this piece would be like that. So when you see the whole piece, you're going to have this white stripe going up here. You're going to have a dark stripe here, and then another, because since this is 12 by 12, and then you're going to have another white stripe down the center up in here, and then another pink going like this across. So it's perfect to cut a couple of cards right out of the center of that piece of paper. Okay, this is just going to get attached right to here. God, I haven't been on here in so long, I think I've forgotten how to make videos. See, this is what I'm talking about, where the white kind of space is there, which is perfect for making your cards. That pink is the polished pink that I'm sticking this onto. We had such a good time in San Diego. Can't wait to go live with you guys next week, so I can tell you guys all about our trip. Look at this. I've gotten very brown walking around that Japanese garden. I kind of got a little tan. And then when I came back, we went out and had to put up a covering over our cow's pen. So I was out in the sun during then, and I had to unpack the car, and it's just been, so on Saturday when we got back, that was my day to catch up on laundry. So since it was so warm and muggy because they had rain while we were in California, what was I gonna say? Blah, blah, blah. Figure it out, lady. I was hanging up laundry because the fact that I didn't want to, I'm trying to find a piece of scratch paper here. Because I didn't want to run the dryer with the air conditioning going, because that's just a lot on your electricity when it's pulling that. And because it's so warm here, your clothes dry so much faster out on the line than they do in a dryer. Just telling you. But you have to endure that crazy heat while you're out there. Let me stand up so I can make sure I get this right centered on here. Okay, that's perfect. And this little piece here is, I think it's 1 inch by, let me see. It is 7/8 of an inch by 1.5 inch. Okay, just to let you know that little piece. Okay, and you know how I told you this piece here that I took that little piece out? This is just gonna lay right on top of there like that. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue across the top, because I know that that center thing, I don't want glue on that. So I'm just gonna take this and just set it kind of like that, where my four corners are kind of barely coming off that piece there. Helps if I get it a little bit straighter than that though. There we go. All right, this little ephemera piece. So let me show you the best way to put these little intricate pieces like this, because really, how are you going to get glue on that without making a hot darn mess? Because if you're me, you're gonna make a mess. And I think I want this turned. Let's see. Do I want that there? Or do I like it over here? I think it's gonna go right there. Okay, so how you do your little intricate pieces, same with how you would do this flower once you cut it out. And I have a card to show you that I made with this, and also your leaf pattern. I'm going to show you how you get these to get glued without making a mess. Okay, so this is our silicone mat. I sell these in with my adhesive kits, and I've sold all my adhesive kits, so I got to get some more of those made because they sold the first day I put them out for sale. So, all right, that's just what you do. You just put a little bit of glue. I also include this with the clip. You also get a bottle of this glue in there. So I'm going to take this and just stick it right on. Actually, I'm going to move it over here because I want to not take up as much of that pink as possible. I want it to more, and see, that glue works so well. You just need just a little bit to just dab on the back of that to just hold that down. So that's not going anywhere. So that's why I include the silicone mats, because they are really, really useful for more things than one. I will also show you another technique, which is called the reverse or the mirrored technique, that you use with this as well in the future. All right, so that is there. I'm going to take this piece here and we're going to put a couple of these little sequins on here. I'm going to pull those out and have those sitting there. So since I know this is going to go like this, come here thing. Oh my goodness. I can't get it off the desk now. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of this. My son must be home. My dogs are going crazy. My son went to a birthday party today. Okay, I'm going to go like that and kind of put it where I want it. And so I think he's just now getting home because the way the dogs are acting, I'm pretty sure he just got home. And then I'm going to also put this piece. See, I should have did it first, but I didn't. So I'm just going to tuck it in between those two pieces. Just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that on there. So since your back pieces are white, you can just take a little bit of glue and kind of just gooby that up. Yeah, my son needed to get out of the house and go to a birthday party. His friend, he's been talking about it for a while now. And his best friend that he has over in Texas, he has been friends with this kid for, I mean, he's never physically met him, but they've been friends for probably about 3 years now. They met over video gaming and that kind of stuff, and they talk all the time back and forth on the phone. His friend decided to start calling Caden, my youngest child, and I'm sure, you know, like with even spouses and stuff, you always say hurtful things to the ones that you love because you know they're always going to be there. Well, this kid took it to a whole nother level and started saying some very, very hurtful things about Caden, like calling her names. And Corbin told her, wait a minute, you know, you're getting way out of line here because you've never even met her. Why are you bringing my sister into this? But he knew that was a way to get to Corbin, and he knew that was a way to hurt him. And he's done it a couple of times now, and Corbin has forgiven him and has, you know, rekindled the friendship. But he says this time he's done. He said he can't keep letting this kid say the things that he says about his sister, because Corbin is extremely protective of his little sister, and he should be, because that's what big brothers do, right? Okay, I'm just grabbing, oh my goodness, I'm pulling the backings off of all of these things. There we go. Oh, excuse me. All right, there we go. So we put a couple little sequins on there just to make that kind of have even more pop since we have this here. So that is our first card. So with the inside of this card, it says best wishes. So you could put happy birthday inside of there. You could say hello. So there's lots of different things you can put in the inside of this card, but I'm just going to leave it at the moment. Oh my goodness. Oh, excuse me, guys. All right. So for our next card, I am using some, I'm going to kind of do that same technique as I just did to show you. I just want to show off this paper. I guess that's more of what it is. Like I said, I'm not really showing much of the stamp set because, I mean, our last card will be with the stamp set because I just have something fun to show you. And I have a card that I will show you it stepped up as well. Okay, that's that. So again, we are using our card base, which is 8.5 by 5 1/4, scored at 4 or 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and that's the thick, yeah, thick basic white. Then I have a piece of, I think this is just jade. Yes, it is. This is just jade. I love this color. Well, you know what? Hold on. Let me make sure. It is not soft succulent. Yeah, no, it is not soft succulent. That is just jade. That's what I thought. Because soft succulent is very soft compared to just jade. All right, again, the measurements on that is going to be 4 and 4 1/8. No. Yes, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. See, why do I second guess myself? I do that all the time. I know in my head what it is, but then I just can't do it. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. And see, and there's the back of that. So see, you could even do that on there and have that be just as pretty. But I love this foil, and I loved that it just makes an extra pop on this card. And then when you put this ephemera on there, you kind of bring all that together. So I need my silicone mat again. Okay, and my little sponge. So watch me do this again. Just a little dab of glue. Just a dollop of daisy. And you want to make sure you clean your mat in between, because otherwise your sticky is going to stay on there and it's going to dry. And then you don't want to get sticky on the front of your design, because that kind of defeats the whole purpose of, you know, glue being on the back of this. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this right here. If I can get it off my hand. Okay, just like that. Okay, then I'm going to take this little piece and I'm going to stick it in kind of over off centered a bit. And then I have this piece here that I believe is still 3 1/4. 3 1/4, yep. And I'm going to do it again at 1 1/2. And that's just a strip of the back side of that card. I guess I didn't need to use that. I could have used white, but I didn't. And let me grab my just jade ink. Now this would also be gorgeous on a little bit of that evening evergreen. All right, let me get my cleaner here. Before I stick my hand in that, because God only knows, even if it's far away from me, I seem to find it. Okay. And I'm going to stamp the word hello. Stand up and make sure I get this on here correctly. Okay, perfect. All right, let me get my silicone mat out of the way so I don't stick everything in that glue. All right, that's gonna set there. I am now going to take this piece and I'm going to glue this on there. Okay, just like that. And so my son was asking me, he goes, why would he do things like that to be so hurtful? And I told him, I go, you know, that's just, you know, some people, and the kid's been through kind of a lot. I mean, I don't want to get into too many details, but he doesn't live with his parents. His grandparents have so graciously taken on that role. So that's got to be tough for them. But nonetheless, he still doesn't need to be saying the things that he's saying, because that's not cool. Okay, I'm going to put that just kind of right there and then put a little bit more glue over the top of that. I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses for him by any means, because there's no rhyme or reason for him to do that. Okay, just like that. Now I'm going to take some dimensionals. I think the small, oh, there they are. They're sitting over here. I knew I had just seen them out and about. So, scissors. And because you guys know that I have to use every bit of my dimensionals, because hey, why not? That's another thing I include inside of the adhesive kit, is I include a full package of the big dimensionals, these right here. The great big ones. So you get a full pack just like this, and I think there's 300 in there. Yep, 300 dimensionals, and that's not including your edges that you still get more out of. Yeah, I made 4 of those kits because, you know, I've got to buy all the supplies for it, and I didn't want to have a bunch of those like kind of just stuck in my hand. So I made 4 adhesive kits, just kind of seeing how it went. And I thought, okay, I'm pretty sure people who live far away from me probably don't want to have to pay for shipping for those. So they're $25, and they come in a really cute little bag, and it comes with a little 6-inch ruler. So when you're going out and about to your stamping parties and stuff, and your stamping classes, you can just take that bag right with you, and then you have all of your adhesive with you, that you don't have to wait for somebody else to get done with the glue for you to use on your cards. So that's why I had kind of wanted to make those bags. Well, I didn't realize that they were going to sell the day that I put them out on, you know, display, which is perfect. That's kind of what I wanted. But now I know this next order, I've got to order all the supplies to make more bags. Oh, now see, I had glue on my hands from doing that thing. You want to really be careful that you don't get glue on there. I'll have to clean that off. I just take a little bit of a baby wipe and I use it on my finger, and then I just kind of lightly wipe off that gold so I don't make a mess out of everything. What was my next? Oh, some sequins. Okay, so these are really easy, fun cards that you can make a lot of them out of these ephemeras, out of this ephemera pack. And, you know, it's just easy. You're not doing a whole heck of a lot of stamping. You're probably cutting more paper than anything and punching these things out. But all I've stamped was that simple little hello. Okay, and then I'm going to do one more. Kind of up over here. There we go. Now I love, because my brain was absolutely fried from, you know, driving all that way back. It took about 6.5 hours to come back from San Diego. There was a car accident, which we never saw the car accident, but the freeway was kind of stopped right when we were starting to head up the hill out of San Diego. So we kind of pulled off, and I filled up gas and all that kind of stuff, and kind of waited for the traffic to die down a moment. And I mean, we did fine on time coming all the way back, but like I said, that Saturday when we got back, I was out hanging up clothes all day long, getting laundry done because I knew we were going to be gone again this week. So I really didn't have much in mind for what I was going to do for a class for you guys, but I wanted to make sure I had something pre-recorded, so come today, you guys would have something to watch and be able to make some cards with me, and we can, you know, kind of chit chat, and you guys can message me and, you know, say things that you want. Ooh, see, I need my lid thing. I have that because, again, with having your glue on this thing, it kind of, you wind up getting it on your fingers, and then you don't even know that it's there until you touch something white, and then it leaves a little goober. So this is another thing I sell in my my adhesive kit. It is a adhesive remover. Then I have a sand eraser, which works amazing for, let me kind of just show you here. So I have to kind of do, let me take the corner of this. And, gee, I got a boo-boo on there, right? You see that? You see that? Right there? Oops, helps if I move it up, right? There it is, my little boo-boo. Okay, now what this thing does, I don't know if it's gonna take this much, but this, because it's made of sand, you have to apply some pressure to it, but it just kind of scuffs that ink. Let me shut my drawer so all these little pieces don't come in here. But there you go. It's almost completely taken off that you barely can see anything. And then you just put something kind of off to the side and you would never even know that boo-boo was there. So these are amazing. These are called sand erasers, and they're actually made by the same company. They're made by Tombow Mono. So yeah, I put those in theirs too because we all make boo-boos and sometimes you just not gotta erase a boo-boo. All right, this next card. So that's what I was saying. I had to quickly go onto the internet and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to use somebody else's ideas because my brain is, it's just done. I don't even have any ideas to show you guys. So these are all other people's ideas or whatever, but that's what the internet is about, right? If you didn't want anybody to copy your ideas, you shouldn't be posting them on the World Wide Web. All right, we have another one of those cards, but we're gonna lay it landscape style. So again, let me tell you and hope that I don't mess this one up. 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, 5.5. Okay, then we have our piece of pale papaya, which is 5 1/4 by 4. Then we have a piece of magenta madness. So let me show you. So we don't, where did I put that card? Actually, I'm gonna show you this. All right, so here is our polished pink, which is what we used on the back of this. So don't get it twisted. We are definitely using 2 different colors here. Magenta Madness is just kind of one of those pow in your face kind of pinks. I love it, it's beautiful. Then we're using a Just Jade in 2 1/8 by 4 1/2. Okay, and then we need a little strip here, which is 1/2 by 3. And then we need a piece of that gorgeous designer series paper, and you could just have a big scrap of this because you're going to need the, let me tell you what this is called. This is called the rectangle postage stamp punch. So you're going to take this, line this up on here, and do bam, bam. Okay, so we know this one was on this side. This one goes here, and then bam one more time. We're gonna bam it again. Okay, so I wanna keep them, okay, let's not lose our little pieces. All right, let's make sure, okay, just like that. So I want them to look like they are going in a row. See how these kind of bump together, so you can kind of see that they fit. Okay, so that is called the rectangle postage stamp punch. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to take this piece. You're also going to need some pale papaya. I think it's called the, let me pull that ribbon out and I'll tell you exactly what it's called. My goodness, I have fumbly fingers. It's probably from doing all this packing and just trying to get everything done. But yes, no, we really did have a truly peaceful vacation. Surprisingly, Kaden did so well there. She only had 2 of her seizure-ish moment things, which is amazing. So that tells you right there that she did, you know, that she was pretty relaxed. She slept very well while we were there. This is the open weave ribbon, and this is in pale papaya. This comes in all of our new in colors. Okay, this piece here, this Magenta Madness, I need a scrap paper. Then I'm going to grab out of this stamp this big piece up here that looks like this big watercolor image, whatever that is. Okay, and I'm going to use my big block. And then I'm going to use tone on tone. So I'm going to come back in with my Magenta Madness, since this is Magenta Madness here. And I'm going to take this and with no like rhyme or reason, I'm just going to tone on tone. Okay, just like that. Okay, give that a second to kind of dry there. Then I'm going to take my Happy Birthday and grab my smaller block. And then this little piece here, I'm going to take my Happy Birthday and ink that up in that Magenta Madness, and we're going to hope that this looks good on this color. And I'm going to move it where it comes down to more of this end, because I want to cut a little banner piece out of this. There we go. Okay. So that looks, no, that looks okay. I was going to say it looked a little off, but maybe it's okay. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a little off. Who knows? All right, then I'm going to take my snips and I'm just going to come in right here at the center. Oh, it helps if I move that little panda. I mean, my panda's good because it lets me know these are not ribbon scissors. And then just cut up right to that little center piece there. And then again over here. Okay, if I can get that piece out of there, well, let's try that again. There we go. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Get all these little pieces out of here so I don't wind up sticking to anything. All right, that's my little tag. All right, so here's this piece, and here's this here. And then this piece, I want to get this on first. So let me get all these little pieces stuck on. Let me get this where I want it. Okay, so what I like to tell everyone is do your 2 outside ones first, because then you can always make your center one centered, if that makes any sense. Because you can see your borders around the outside to line those ones up. So then you know that your middle one is going to be lined up in between those 2. Okay, let me take a drink really quick. All right, and then now when you do your center one, and this applies to anything that you're doing, if you're adding pieces that, you know, 3, 4s, 5s in a row, always do your outside ones and then work your way into the center. It just from experience, it just works a lot better. Okay, we're gonna put some dimensionals on this. So I cannot believe that my son is turning 16. Like, that just, where did the time go? 16. Like, what the heck? But then again, my oldest daughter is going to be 21 in January. So, I mean, I guess it just is what it is. They just keep growing and there's no way to stop it. Let you know you're getting older. Not that you don't feel it, but gee, it's just a major whammo in the face when you see them. So I told him that we need to start looking at cars for him, because it's always been a thing. My grandparents did it for my aunts and uncles, and I've always made it a point that we will make sure we always get our kids their first vehicle. So with that being said, I'm gonna align this kind of not all the way up, but kind of more up, higher. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I need to do it this way. There we go. That's a little bit better, because I got this higher down here. So yeah, so I told him he needed to start looking, we needed to start looking for a car, because he has his permit. So down here you have to be 16 and a half in order to get your driver's license. You have to have your permit for at least 6 months. So, or actually you can't get your permit until you're 15 plus 6 months. So you have to be 15 and a half before they'll even let you get your permit. So he just got his permit last month, because I was not in any hurry for him to drive, just saying. So when we took him in and he got his permit, of course he passed the very first time, which you're kind of like, well, okay, well then I guess he's ready. But yeah, he passed it right away. And so he drives with us, which is, you know, what needs to happen so he can learn, especially around here. We have some very, very crazy drivers, and our roads very much scare me. We have a lot of very high speeds down here. So that, you know, it's just one of those things as a parent. You know, you always worry about your kids leaving the house and whatnot. So we're trying to teach him very much the safety rules. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this. Now this is completely optional. You don't have to do this. It's just my thing. And I'm going to put this right along here, because I like it to hold my ribbon kind of in place when I go to put this on here. So I'm going to take this and go like, well, wait a minute. I got to see where I plan on doing that. Okay, more over here. So I'm going to do that there and that there. Okay, there we go. That worked. That's exactly what I needed to do. And then I'm going to take this here and this here. And then I'm just going to tie, because it just kind of holds everything more securely, I've noticed, because I'm not, as you guys all know, I am not very good at tying bows. Let me just be honest here. And see, and I probably cut this too short because I was a eager beaver and talking. So hopefully I can get that in there. Ooh, did you see that? I actually got it to work. Holy smokes, artichokes. Okay, well, that's exactly what I wanted that to do, and it worked out perfect. Maybe it knows that I'm, you know, being recorded, and it needs to work out in my behalf. But it doesn't always work that way. But thank you, it did. Normally that's when everything does go wrong, right? Is when you're in the middle of recording. And then if anything's gonna go wrong, that's the time when it goes wrong. All right, then I just put some dimensionals on that as well. And I used the mini dimensionals. I don't know where that other little piece went. And I'm just gonna set this right down in this bottom corner. That's why I kind of did my bow more off to the side here, because I knew I was going to use that upper part to, there we go, sorry, I got out of the frame. There we go. All right, now to glue this down. And as you can see, I go very light on the glue. You don't need a lot of glue. Make sure you're where your flap opens up. And now this just has a 1/4 of an inch around the edge. Just like that. Now, isn't that beautiful? How cool is that? Oh, I love those colors. And then I would probably take a piece of this and run it across the inside of that card to just kind of give it a little bit more dimension. I don't know why this looks crooked to me, but, and it's probably not, it's just the way that I'm looking at it, but I have to move it because it's bugging me. All right, there we go. All right, that looks better. So see, the reason why I don't smash everything down is because if I do look at it and it doesn't look, I can at least have a little bit of time to pick up where my dimensionals have been. So there's that one. All right, one more card really quick to just show you. I need this piece, so let me clean this off really quick. And then I'll show you that this card I've made in a couple other colors and how I've kind of dressed it up. Okay, again, we're using that splotchy piece. Ooh, sorry, that was probably loud, me slamming that down like that. And then this time I'm gonna use the thank you, because we haven't used that yet. So I think I need, we'll use this right here. Or not thank you, it says thanks. Okay, just like that, all right. So this piece, I have a Flirty Flamingo. So we have our 3 different pinks here. This one you can't really see, so let me show you that pink again. So you have Magenta Madness, you have that polished pink, which is the new in color, which is what I've used around here. And then you have Flirty Flamingo. So that way you can see your 3 different pinks there and see the contrast of them. So this is 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5.5 for our card base. I know, there it is. I say I know I had my bone folder. All right, so we don't need this right now. I mean, we will in just a second. So then this piece here lays on that, and that is 4 by 5 1/4. Then this piece is going to be 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. This piece, the smaller piece, that is going to just have a barely little border of the other white piece, just to add a little bit of contrast in those against that Flirty Flamingo. We need the smaller of the two. And then we need to grab our Flirty Flamingo. Oh, that's Blushing Bride. Don't grab Blushing Bride. Grab Flirty Flamingo. Where the heck is... Oh, there it is. Okay, grab Flirty Flamingo. Okay, and if you guys are enjoying what you're seeing here today, I would love it if you guys go to my store. I have the links all attached to this video. Ooh, and there's a piece of paper in that. And use this host code if you spend, if your order is under $150. Use this host code. It will be ending on the 29th, so you have through tomorrow to use that host code. I will post a new host code, but if your order is over $150, please don't use any of my host codes. Stampin' Up! Is going to be giving you some rewards, and I want you to have those. Let's make sure I grab the right one. Okay, I'm just going to take this again and run it down the side of this. Okay. Ew, you know what? I don't like that. I'm going to flip that paper over. So I don't want to come off that. I don't want it to come in on that. I want to make sure when I go down it that it is coming off the side over here. Just like that. See how you can see that I left a mark over here on this side. I put too much white. I didn't want that. I want more of it, the impression to be on that. Then with the word thanks, same tone on tone, Flirty Flamingo. Now let me show you guys something really quick. I'm going to stamp this right on this white paper. Okay, see how it's kind of blotchy in there? Let me show you one of the things that you do want to do with your ink pads, only because I haven't used this ink pad in a while. So with that, it's not as noticeable. But what you want to do is grab yourself a plastic, spoon, and just kind of run that color, just kind of even it out, because sometimes it pulls up into that ink pad and you just need to move it. Now, this can be washed in our chamois. Just run that in the chamois, just like that, and then it's clean, so you can use it for the next one. The next time you need to do that. Oh, and I guess I need to clean this as well, because then that defeats the whole purpose. Okay, and then tap some of the water off of that. All right, now watch what the difference is. I'm going to stamp it again on here to just show you. See how much different that is, where you get not so much blotchiness. You get more of an even tone going on there. All right, so stand up so I get this thing even on here. And of course, it's not going to look as crisp and as good on copy paper because it doesn't absorb the color as well as our white does. So there you go. Beautiful. That's exactly the look that I was going for. I guess I should have probably compared it for you on a piece of white. Now, before I get too far, this piece right here, like I said, is going to layer on this. Now, let me show you the card that I've kind of stepped up with. This is going to go on here, right? You guys follow what I'm doing here. That's going to go on there. Now, I've cut this piece. This is that big flower right here. Look how intricate that is. All right. Now what you can do is you can cut that flower out of this piece here, or even these leaves right here. You can cut it out of here because this is so close to the edge of that white. Nobody would ever know it because you're gluing this on here. So nobody's ever going to see that this has got something cut out of it, and then just put it on there. And then you're not wasting any more, other paper, because just make sure you don't have it touch the edge of any of this. Just do it out of the center of this, where you still know your white border is going to be covered with this piece, if that makes sense. So we want 1/8 of an inch showing. Now the reason why I do that is so you can see where I've stamped that image when I go to put it on there. Isn't that such a clean, crisp, but beautiful card? And like I said, there's different ways that you can stamp that up or step that up. You could use gold foil, and cut those pieces out and throw some gold foiling on there. You can even use your ephemera pieces and, you know, step that up. But there it is, stepped up with that. I've also made this in the polished pink. And then there it is, and I did that one with Happy Birthday. But so simple, but such a beautiful card. And then there's the thanks. And these are great to do if you had all of the 5 in colors, to just make this in all the 5 in colors. And then you're showing people the 5 in colors, and you have cards to give to everybody in different, you have ones for Happy Birthday, you have your thanks, you have, you could do hello, you could do best wishes down here in the corner. So, okay, just wanted to show you guys that. All right, you guys, I hope you guys have a great week, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please give me some thumbs up and some hearts if you like it. Also, comment down there and let me know what you think. I will see you guys next Monday for our live, what did I say? We have, that will be Fun Day Monday, what did I say? 46, since this is 45. All right, have a great weekend, you guys. Bye.